Today I want to talk about Suga feeling a bit embarrassed recently. We need to get into Suga at the Devil's Deal premiere and people asking about his orientation, marriage, and all that. And we also have a condom scene in Suga's hand from another moment. This one's funny. So hey dumplings, it's David Sai. Hater or not, make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell on. Grab your dumplings, he's spilling mug merch, and let's go. I think it's always funny to a lot of armies when the younger armies see the older armies rep BTS, because I think a lot of us either have parents or older figures who laugh at us for liking K-pop or anything like that. So to see that there exists older figures that like K-pop can be shocking to some, but it's not untrue. In fact, there's plenty of armies that are much older, some in their 60s or 70s, that love K-pop, and these are also great supporters too, because a lot of them can also afford to buy the albums and the BTS merch. And there's a lot more of these types of armies than you would think, as our boys have that global and ageless reach. And those of you who are older, feel free to leave a comment so everyone can see. The other thing is that a lot of older armies are also fairly established in their career and in their life. So they might be bosses, CEOs, or managers. And this is important to note, as a lot of them have the ability to put BTS all over their stores or whatever they manage. A recent health clinic has gone viral and people have been laughing and loving what they did with BTS at the clinic. The clinic had started with using BTS's photo for hand sanitizer, and it was an edited photo of Suga in the military uniform being like, help fight germs. And then we saw them use Suga as an example of what are acceptable pictures to use when patients check in with the iPad. So you'll usually be asked to snap a picture for their records, and they want people to know to not have a mask on or take a photo of just one eye. These are definitely cute ways to use the BTS's members' photos, and I think it's so funny to do this, so creative too, and I actually think it could encourage people to want to visit this specific clinic, which is good because I feel like in America we are discouraged from wanting to get medical help. But anywho, the clinic was also promoting safe sex as you normally do, and then right on top of the bowl of condoms, there was a photoshopped photo of Suga holding a bunch of condoms, kind of like he was endorsing them. Although I am sure BTS would endorse safe sex, I was definitely surprised with the reception of this health clinic doing this, and especially with putting a BTS member next to a bunch of condoms, that this didn't cause a bunch of backlash from the fandom, since they don't even want to think about BTS and sex in the same sentence. But while I'm sure there's one or two of those people out there, it seems like the majority of people seem to be okay and very supportive over the clinic's use of BTS to promote health and safe sex. The clinic also did multi-versions of BTS members representing condoms. They had a Christmas version, a Halloween version, and it's just very cute. You could tell they have been doing this for years also. And then when this was posted on TikTok, the comments were filled with people just saying that they wanted to visit the clinic. And hey, that's good. We're already encouraging people to go and get checkups and stuff, which I have not done in ages. I would love to see BTS visit this clinic and see how they react. I love seeing how they react, and I think a lot of people do too, which is why their reality show, Run BTS, is so popular. Because we like to see how the members react in various scenarios that their team puts them in. I do react to Run BTS and very funny moments over on Patreon. We do laugh and have a great time there. I will link it below. We do have a $1 tier that is still open, so if you're interested, I'll link all of that in the description. But anywho, the Run BTS episode we are talking about today was a Valentine's Day episode, and RM decided it would be a fun idea to talk about the secrets that all the members have kept for the past week or so, and have been a bit embarrassed to talk about. Now, before I get into these secrets, I do have to give a bit of backstory on this. Suga is very shy about his personal life and talking about himself. This is the main reason why the Yoongi Marry Me comments were so funny and hilarious, because every time they were said, Suga would react very shyly or try to cover himself. He would also flinch or make a face, essentially what you do when you're embarrassed, and armies thought this was so cute. This is likely why the Marry Me jokes caught on with him, but not with the other members as much. There was a bit of an uptick in the members trying to get their bodies to look a certain way. Recently, Jungkook has been seen working out a lot and getting very fit, and then at the same time we have recently been exposed to RM's workout workout routine, and a lot of people felt the routine seemed very intense. So funny enough, during this Run BTS episode, J-Hope decided to expose Suga to talk about how much Suga works out, saying that Suga has been working out by wrestling or doing 3 exercises a day. And the big rumor is that Suga has been wrestling now. When they said this, Suga kept denying all of it. Suga felt so embarrassed that he ended up crouching down to ask everyone to stop. Suga obviously felt uncomfortable, as everyone is now going to ask to see his progress after working out. And it would probably embarrass him more to see himself shirtless or seen in that more adult, risque way. But I think since the clip came out and people now know he is embarrassed with the idea of looking hot or taking off his clothes, that they will probably ask for more of it. But please refrain from making this the next Marry Me Yoongi, as asking someone to constantly take off their shirt is not as fun. But hey, maybe one day he will do it and the world will explode and we can rest our minds, because we'll be dead. Some of y'all love embarrassing the boys, and I get it. It's cute to see them cringe, but this is also a reason why so many people think that they are infants, because they seem to love it when the boys act shy. But they are adults, and if they are acting this way, it's likely that it could make them uncomfortable. I have no idea if it does or not. This is just my theory. But Suga has been very busy. He has been doing his show Suchita, where he brings on guests to his show and he interviews and talks to them. He's also been making small appearances at sporting events, and then recently he was spotted at a movie premiere. The movie is called The Devil's Deal, and this is a drama or thriller type of show where it's someone who is desperate to win as a political figure and there's some politics involved. It seems like Suga just simply was invited to see the drama, and I don't see that he had anything to do with the movie. If you're curious on how shows and big events work, they'll typically call upon influencers, celebrities, and anyone who can bring more attention to the event, and then they hope that the celebrity will bring press and the influencer will post about the event. Some celebrities are paid to attend for that reason, and others go to simply go and get some free press. Many headlines started talking about the idea that Suga had turned the premiere into his personal fan meet and greet because there were so many people there. And not only were there a lot of people there, it seemed like people also bought their own signs and stuff. People were bringing their Marry Me Yoongi signs and then even shouting that they would sue Yoongi as well. I thought this was interesting because people were saying that his orientation was being concluded over the whole Marry Me thing, since it was mostly women saying this. And this is a joke that the community has had for a while, but it's interesting to see some people having differing opinions on it. Suga's orientation is something that's been speculated for a little bit. Anyone who is a celebrity has had their orientation speculated. And I think it's weird, but it's part of the culture. I think men get made fun of for possibly being gay rather than women get made fun of for their sexuality. So it's not even just a celebrity thing. People have always wondered about a man's sexuality. A little backstory here in case you didn't know, it was believed a little while ago during a Japanese interview, Suga had allegedly said that his type is not limited to a specific gender, implying that he was either bisexual, pan, or whatever. And people have taken this moment for a while to imply that maybe he would be into something else other than a girl. A lot of people have told me that the translation from Japanese to English is quite accurate, and other Japanese people have told me that it is not. And there's incentive for people to say either or. A lot of people who heavily ship Suga with the other BTS members will say that he is not straight, and others who don't will say that he is not gay because they want Suga to be with them. So it's difficult to tell if anyone who is claiming a translation is on either of those sides. And there's nothing wrong with either of those sides, it just creates bias. But people also think that Suga reacted or responded to the Marry Me comments on the carpet, and essentially also responded to the question of his orientation. Since it's girls that are holding up these signs, there was a moment where Suga was talking and a fan shouted out Marry Me Yoongi, and Yoongi gave a side eye. People believe that this was his response. I personally don't know about all that. I think he heard a noise and then he looked. He gave a side eye to see who it was, as an instinct. When you hear a sound, it's to look, and especially if that sound is your name, you're going to look. Also, if his speech or what he was saying was on the fly, like it was scripted, then he would be focusing on not trying to stutter his words, focus on answering things properly rather than focusing on the crowd. So I don't think he answered anything. But what do you think about Suga feeling embarrassed? Do you think he answered the Yoongi Marry Me thing? And how do you feel about the health clinic using BTS? Let me know what you think. Make sure you check out my Patreon for more videos, link down below. Thanks for this lovely comment right here. Love you, bye.